This movie has such an enormous production value when you look at it. There's so many different
awesome.
sets,
I haven't heard
such
anybody
a great imagery.
talk about it yet.
And when I did the set visit, you told us you actually did this for cheaper than what Hollywood studios would make it for.
Oh yeah.
So what's the trick? What are your tricks? We want to know.
I can't give away my tricks.
A few of them, a hint.
Well, I talk about them all the time on the DVDs and the 10-minute film schools and all of that. I was always into magic tricks when I was a kid, and even on Mariachi, I knew that it was a magic trick. I only had $7,000, but I was going to try and sell it for $70,000 to the Mexican video market. So I didn't want them to think it was $7,000. So I had to do tricks. What would make it look more expensive is where you put the camera, how you shoot it, all the things that create an illusion. A movie's an illusion, so I wanted to take it a step further and create the illusion that I had a lot of time and a lot of money, which I did. So a lot of that is just shooting very fast, planning very carefully, not overshooting. So a lot of movies sometimes will just shoot, and then they'll go figure it out in the editing. Well, you waste a lot of money that way. So we have to be very tight, get our script as tight as possible, and make cuts on the way as we went. And I was just on it very much. Even the director was like always thankful that I would make him finish sooner than later. He would say, I need a little more time. Like, you don't get any more time. Because it makes you make decisions that are better for the movie. It makes you not get everything that you want. It makes you get only what you really need. And
so how do you know that? How do you know what you really need and what's just extra or like fat on the script?
You kind of know. When you're there shooting and you're going, okay, this is a waste of time. I don't think I'm going to use it. You're probably not going to use it. So you just have to, it's kind of, you kind of feel it out as you go on the day. But I've just done it enough times now to have seen where I didn't use things, and that I remember the feeling I had when I was on the set, and so I just try to go by my gut, you know.
Now, not to give anything away, but like this happens in a very specific world.
Yeah.
And how do you get all that done in Austin?
I know, I wondered that myself. 'Cause that's what I told the studio. It's like, oh, I'll shoot it all in Austin. I'm like, where am I going to shoot this? So part of it, we built some of it on, we built some exterior set for some of the main areas that we used a few times. And then there's some really crazy locations around Austin. And then we shot a couple weeks in Hawaii to get some of the more early on jungle ideas out of the way. And then matched to that in Texas, stuff so matched perfectly. Sometimes the same scene is shot in two different, one in Hawaii and one in Texas. And you can't tell it's intercutting together.
So what was the purpose of like revisiting the Predator franchise? Like what was the trigger? What triggered you the idea of like doing this?
I was really just in between projects back in '95. Before I directed Desperado. The studio, Fox, was looking for a writer for Predator sequel. And I took the assignment because I wanted some extra money to pay for stuff I needed to do on Desperado. And I liked Predator, the original one. And so I had the idea of just setting it on another planet. They wanted to revisit the jungle, so I thought setting it in a jungle on another planet would at least make it a little bit different. And you could have a lot more going on. But that was it. I was just writing it, and wrote it, turned it in, and kind of forgot about it. And it just finally came back to me last year.
One element about sending them onto another planet is that the audience is constantly asking themselves how they're going to get out of it.
Yeah, they know they're screwed. And you're pretty screwed once you land on Predator Planet. You're like, okay, how do we get out of here? It's like, none of these guys are going to get out alive. And what, they got like a bird that flies around? You can see where they are? I mean, there's no way they can win. So it's a really good challenge.
Is that what you're going to use to get another Predator movie done?
Well, I have ideas for another one. Yeah, that once you create that world, there's so many unanswered questions that it opens up. There's a lot of story value you can think of for a while. Like, yeah, what happens? What are those other parachutes and cages? And imagine all the stories you could have.